Oh, look at what's going on. Look at what's going on, everybody. Market up 130 points to new highs. I told you yesterday, we needed those cockroaches. We needed the cockroaches and their crunchy little bodies to vault our way up to new highs, and that's exactly what's happening. Thank you, cockroaches. Thank you. Didn't take a lot of them either. The market was not down very much yesterday, but I said we're going to use them to go up. All right? And so I remember that brings to mind, by the way, that brings to mind, and I mentioned this to you guys a couple of weeks ago, that email I got back a few months, somebody who read one of my columns on real money at thestreet.com said, Mike Norman, you irresponsible person, you, telling people to buy stocks. The S&P will never get above 2100. You just wait and see. What are you telling people to do? It will never get above 2100. Here we are, almost at 2200, and it'll go above 2200, and it'll go above 2300. So yeah, everything's going real nice. Bounce back in crude. By the way, I had an article yesterday on realmoneystreet.com. I said the sellers in crude yesterday, you're going to be wrong. Look, we're up, what, $1.50 or something, back over 43 today. I said that yesterday. What else? Well, some of you have been asking me about Marc Faber. Marc Faber. The market's going to crash by 50%. 50%. The market's going to go down by 50%. They're printing money. They're printing money. The market's going to go down by 50%. These guys, some of these guys, like, especially guys like Schiff and Jim Rogers, these guys are like sociopaths. Schiff for sure is a sociopath. He's empty. He lacks emotion. He lacks empathy. He has no concern or regard for anyone. The guy is like almost robotic in a sense. And I think that's what draws a lot of people in, his consistency, these guys are very slick and very manipulative. The consistency, his presentation, right? It all seems so correct and it all seems so right, but it's the mind of a sociopath. I would not put necessarily Marc Faber into that. I don't think he's in the sociopath club, the SCs we'll call him. I think he's more just a kook. I remember seeing Marc Faber, I guess it was back in around 2011, 2012. They had an event at the New York Stock Exchange, a commodity event, and he got up to speak, and I was just in the audience listening. And he was talking about the printing money. It's going to be hyperinflation, the printing money. Yeah, the central banks are printing money, and it's just going to be terrible. And the interest rates are going to go through the roof because nobody's going to want to hold it because there's going to be hyperinflation. They're printing money. Meanwhile, here we are, us, long the TBT, begging for some freaking inflation to make some money on that position. But don't worry. We will, everybody, because we make money on everything. When you know what's happening, you make money on everything. It's just a question of sometimes, you got to be a little bit patient. And you have to take into account the reaction of those, the 100%. But for those of you out there who are prone to following the sociopaths, the SCs, the sociopath club, if you want to get in that because you're mousy boys and you want to be victimized, I've been through the whole psychology of what constitutes a mousy boy and a mousy girl. They're people who want to be victimized. They want to be abused. Something happened in their childhood that they need the abuse. And the same thing, by the way, applies to the sociopaths, that something happened in their childhood where they need to heap the abuse onto others. So that's why they're drawn to each other. Healthy, normal people. Like me, like some of you, we steer clear of that. We make money. It's easy for us. We're happy, okay? And everything, we're not wishing for everything to collapse. It's a terrible thing to wish for. All right, everybody, so things are looking good right now. I was going to talk about some mental game issues. I think I'll leave that for later. So, see you later. Bye bye.